Just got out of the gym and somehow I feel like I miss one of my friends. It was good to see her briefly. Well, looking forward to see you soon. So, after this, gonna head back and do some more training and just feeling something that, whatever it is, unpleasant, we immediately started trying to figure out and push away and blame. And usually we may blame ourselves, but we end up hurting ourselves. So therefore, do not blame yourself. For whatever reason, the emotion you're feeling, sit on it and then let it saturate your entire body, your entire beingness, oneness, and just sit with it. Feel it. Embrace it. It's not a badass shit extended to others. It's your own self that you need to work on yourself no matter what it is. Then when you feel good about yourself, then you share the goodness with others. And with this contributions to our own self and to others, we could really find a subtle way without distracting, and it could be a really profound way. Either way, when we want to feel differently, we can shift our perspective, and seemingly that thing that you don't think you could make yourself happy, somehow you generate from within and make yourself happy. And I'll tell you about a friend of mine, and she's attractive. So if you just thought of her, and that's okay. And then you come back and live in this present moment, because there's always another day. And as we could deal with ourselves, so the reason that I share this is because over the year, we really train our physical form with our mental capacity, and especially personal development, personal feeling and observation, transformations, and personal shifting our consciousness, and open up a heart, connect with that mind, heart-mind coherence. And that's when you feel the ecstatic ejaculation is an orgasmic, and maybe we can do it together. In a brief scan, your life as introspect reflections of the life that we are in some challenges time that we're going through, and it's good to get in touch and keep in touch. Now with sometimes it could be a little bit difficult to the new way of doing things, and I guess some learn slower than others. As we place the new teaching and bring it about adaptations to new ways of doing things, and really bring it into the culture that we grew up in, and changes exponentially at this time. That's what is because it's just a lot of frictions. We live in the factual nature of this universe that is forever turning inside out, outside in, and my inner self senses that we could consume what is good. We could see each other again and become much more than just a friend. So what is the greatest form or greatest goal of our emotions is to not suffer, because we know there's suffering in life of another and ourselves as well too. And we suffer for not getting what we want. We suffer for, but let's just say for, is a cosmic jokes, because not getting what we want, it could be a blessing in disguise. And saying this feeling of unworthiness to yourself, that's not a really good way of saying things to yourself that double yourself down. So we got to double up as a leader and know your worthiness, because you are worthy. I acknowledge your frequency, and we always want to know what's up. Somebody that we used to know, we don't want that. We want somebody that is new and upright, and willingness to have fun together, grow together, love together, without in this confined, disoriented, distorted, lopsided perceptions, on in alignment with oneself. We got to wake up from the geometric of this universe, of this matrix awareness that can be included with the upbringing knowing that we belong, including now, whatever that's going on. It isn't what we always be aware of, feeling, and we might assume assumptions. We don't know how things work sometimes, but good things, we always know that there will be another day. As it's still a fresh Monday, it's a new week, so we may don't feel the unworthiness that is addictive behavior, because we got to feel worthiness that's addictive behavior, and the slave you want to be is to do something that is good. It's a transition from negative to positive. It's a flip the script from negative to positive, from the dark to the light. And as we caught ourselves in the same way as we caught the mind and we caught a girl's sight, it's like that. When you catch the minds like that, just do your persona. If it's not good, catch it, flip the script, and make it more light and positive and more loving, and go there as an artist, draw the picture of the gallery so you can see. As here we parking and enjoying the view, and was already out, and it was pretty good. Was in a little trance in the raindrop, and now here in the vehicle about to go get some training once again. And we're doing this for better self and better for our community, all surrounding, as we wandering. And how many days will it be for the two to come together, and how we observe on our own being and going in a trance, and the worthiness and unworthiness, and the self-education and self-limitless belief. Limitless belief is a limiting belief, but we got to be limitless is what I'm trying to say. And we self-actualization, self-realization is the activation of the system of that intuitively, that knowing that we should do what we need to do, and do it. I freely turn and love you. It's awareness of self-conscious, of self-sacrifice, and having the ability to just go for it. And loving and kindness towards all sentient beings in the process of being a better version of yourself. Bring the best of yourself. Self-disciplines of your self of livelihood. It's the habits, formations, in the positions of peaceful warrior, and the ability to just go out there and just continuous flow and learning skills and progressions of our cognitive, and no cognitive bias. As we training is no judgment, and just be there and just love it, enjoy it, and training with the physique to reach to the pinnacle and performance and the best of our ability. When we have this here, this two hand that is still here in the breath, that is breathing, and then we see the novelty of the spontaneities of their interactions and the encounter that we come in contact with. And I appreciate that. I really do. I need to know how to learn. We'll learn more of how can I show more of the affections as we are humble, as the wise man, and many people will come to seek our own wisdom, our own knowledge and experience. We all sharing our own experience with our own two hands, that we work and we transcribe, and we use our ink with the writing and typing and verbalization, as you can hear in the auditory. In the decades of this teaching that we have learned from all the sages of the past, we talk about it deeply, empowering ourselves and practice this and share this. And it is the intricate with the visualization, it's the meditations in the brain to maintain and to be the great as that we would like to be, our great self, our best versions. And the goal is the greatest of all is love, and to offer love, to give love, and miss that gorgeous lady, miss the beautiful heart. We all miss that every now and then. But we also, it's all stem from self-love. That's the self-actualizations. Loving yourself is a prerequisite of loving others. As we can remember these words, is a posture of all the image that the teaching will have teach is to love oneself, love yourself, and to not take yourself out of the picture. Don't take your own life. That's not the way to do anything in the reality. Just know that all is well, and I freely love you. And because that we learn, we stretches our plasticity of our mind, the brain, and our ability of neuron just changes in the chemical that helps. And whether we do it some exercises, yoga, training, whatever it is with the body, the movement, the kinetic change. And now just visualize more of the source of the stuff that we would like to make it come to a fruition. And as we get older, and just like all of us get older, grow older, mature, whatever, and we can remember lots of the things that, especially when things has changes, and we know that it might rattle our way of doing things, as we may refuse our body that wanted to go and say what's up, but the mind said you should, but the other one said stay humble. So all is well in the world as we are shaking ourselves up, moving, and just trying to get better simply at doing what is right and love about these things that we are doing. As a person that came from a refuge, and right here now we are living and talking in this time, space, reality, and loving all those sentient beings here, the different ethnicity and nationality, and the Chinese and the Asian, Southeast Asian, and the American and Native American here in America, and then all the Europe that's all here. We simply make it like a liquid, combined together and blending and loving all one another here. It's just resting in the ease without having those no discriminations, but we can use our discernment to see in the skies and see there's just the differentiations when they see it, and we just like a blessing in the skies, right? As a quarter out of 50, and then we want the whole 100's condition of the complete of this city crusader. I am one of it as well too, but I still love and enjoy the nature, and it's less than everything, and sometimes feel like it's more than everything, because nature's where home is. And I would agree, and those who running in the nature in the trailer, they would definitely agree as well too. When you're there, they say that's home. As you're with me, you also know that it's home. Love is home. It will costume and cover everything it conceal, but in the end, we see that the power face, it's gonna be home regardless. Because everywhere you go, you gotta be there with all your heart, with all your thoughts of the present, not so much of the future. It is right here, and we rediscover that all spacious time is here, in the eternity of this being of fluctuations and the oscillation of life. In this short of the practice, we are here. In this practices, we also know the short of the practice is also short of a life. But then we live the life as long as we can and enjoy as much as we can. And is it the impressions of enjoyment? And we're not trying to impress you what we are doing. We just compress and also condense in words that are easy to share and come from experience. And as I mentioned, is just following with the flow and going with the mind and seeing, feeling with the emotions, and also loving with cares, and sincerely just bring some of the stuff to tears when we see a lot of people might get scared, and just see to appreciate the serendipity that was here. Believe that is synchronicity, and that's what's gonna happen. Of I can recollect the best scenario of you and I, and that is the relationship that carry on. As one thought about the future outcome, and some may waiting for the future, but the future is what we make of now. And we are sometimes assuming that the future, it will be better again. And the future will always be better because you have prepared yourself. So as we are walking on the hard floor and waking up to our dreams, it is a concrete missions that it is love, it is compassion, it is with passion, it is with adorations, it is with justice, fun, love, and working, providing, and spot the distributing future stories, ages of stories, conveying a message of love, acting upon, and action is necessarily that need to be taken, is what I have learned. Because without actions, there's the next day, a better day. And then the better day, the action must be transcribed, not just described, but to act upon it. I will act now. That's the message. I will act now. Thank you for viewing. Time to get back to the gym and hit some more. For today is a day that I have felt and I have learned. And a fresh Monday. Let's go. Peace of mind, love at heart. I freely turn love you.